from WBNE.
Howdy, yokes, and welcome back to Bacon and Eggs. I'm Tyler Garland.
And I'm Ethan Edgehill.
And today is Monday.
And this is Bacon and Eggs.
So Merry Christmas.
And I can do this all day.
Because today we're bringing you
Hawkeye.
I'm gonna get out of bed and start my day. Cook up a breakfast of bacon and eggs. I won't check my phone till after my coffee.
Ethan, today we're talking about the first 2 episodes of Hawkeye because it's Tuesday and they came out on the same day, which is a Wednesday. Wednesday did they come out? Two of them did.
You just confused yourself, I think.
I think I did. The first episode was called Never Meet Your Heroes, and the second episode was called Hide and Seek. They were directed by Rhys Thomas, came out on November 24th, 2021, which was 5 days ago from this recording. Both of them got 100% critic rating on Rotten Tomatoes, but I just want to get kind of into it. I don't want to talk about critic reviews. I want to talk about, we got new live-action MCU content.
New live-action MCU content. We are back from the hellscape that was What If, which I still have not seen a single second of.
So we did put a tweet out saying that we would cover What If as like a, either we do it kind of like this or we do it as like a one-off episode. I want to tell the listener right now, I'm making no promises on that.
Yeah, that may happen. It may not. There's more shows coming out. There's more movies coming out. We didn't factor
Encanto is out
things.
this week, which you have to watch for this week's featured review. But let's get into Hawkeye, Ethan. Do either of these episodes deserve a 100%?
I mean, as a Rotten Tomatoes score, yes.
I can see, so I can see that everybody having a favorable review.
Right, like I can see everybody in the world being like, this is at least a 6.
Yeah. But as far as like, is it a 100%er? Well, one, it does have a 100%er facet to it that I think it's kind of an elephant in the room. Haley Steinfeld is in the show.
Yeah.
Which does make it an automatic 100%.
Well, it doesn't make it an automatic 100. Tyler, you're a little bit more infatuated with old Haley Steinfeld than I am.
My wife and I are not often ones to like discuss
To thirst
and talk about like celebrities we find attractive. Like, it's just not part of our relationship. I have no problem with people talking about this. It's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But recently she was like, I have a celebrity crush on Pete Davidson. And without missing a beat, I was like, I have a crush on Haley Steinfeld. I've been waiting for an opportunity to say this out loud.
I think everybody has a little bit of a celebrity crush on Pete Davidson.
Well, yeah, I don't think that counts.
Yeah. He's something, man. The Jonas Brothers roast, he cracked me up.
I was watching that for a solid like 10 minutes before I realized it was not an SNL bit.
No, it's a roast.
Yeah, like a Comedy Central roast.
Yeah.
But like Keenan opened everything and then Pete Davidson stood up. And I was like, and there's 3 people getting roasted. I was like, what?
Yeah, gee, I wonder where they go for popular improv comedians to roast the Jonas Brothers. The Saturday Night Live cast seems like a pretty good opportunity. Anyway,
Pretty
Haley
safe
Steinfeld's
bet.
in this. This is Hawkeye. This is Hawkeye, the TV show. This is good, I would say. It's not great.
This is what I was expecting from all of the MCU shows.
Yeah. This is very low stakes. It's like Clint Barton's like, I gotta get my suit back. And Kate Bishop is like, I hate my new stepdad.
He's hiding something.
He's a secret master fencer.
He is a red herring. Because
And yet it's like, yeah, Kate Bishop, you're a master level assassin and you're 22. And your mom doesn't think that's weird.
Yeah. Also, the CGI on the Ronin sword, I can't handle it.
Well, it's okay. There's a dog.
There's
cool
a
dog.
one-eyed dog.
Yeah, there's a cool dog.
What else? There's a jab at Hamilton early on.
Yeah.
And then freaking Hawkeye was like, actually, Ant-Man wasn't there. Excuse me, Hawkeye, did you not watch the freaking MCU? Yes, he was.
At the Battle of New York?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Have you seen Endgame?
Yes.
Ant-Man was there.
Yeah, okay, but not in the Avengers.
Yeah, but he was there.
Okay, but not in the Avengers.
He says, that's America's ass.
Okay, but not in the Avengers.
Well, in the Avengers 4, Avengers Endgame, he was there.
Yeah, but like not at the battle.
I mean, say what you will. Maybe when they went back in time, Ant-Man.
Not to the point where he gets to do a cool knee slide across the front of the stage at the end of the song.
I actually could not follow a lot of what was going on the stage, if I'm being totally honest with you.
Yeah, well, I think that's the point.
Yeah. I do know that
It's not really a dig at Hamilton.
I thought it was. I thought it was like, man, can you imagine if the founding fathers had to watch this?
I mean, I think it's just a dig at media.
Yeah.
Like they're showing us like, wow, they will bastardize our experience for any reason.
Have you
It's
seen
just
Remember
to
the
show that
Titans?
Clint is not out of favor, but like he doesn't want to be a superhero anymore. He just wants to be a regular guy. He wants to be regular Dad Clint. Honestly, this is the content I wanted from these MCU shows when I went into it, is like the everyday lives of the B-list Avengers.
I would argue that Clint is the most A-list Avenger we've gotten a show for so far.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but like he's still.
Hold on. I guess Falcon. No. Bucky was in a title.
Yeah,
So he would
but he's
be the
not an
most-
Avenger.
Well, I mean. You know, who worked for Hydra? Shield was Hydra.
Yeah, I don't. Whatever. Bucky Barnes sucks until the show. It's fine. But yeah, this is what I was expecting from these shows. Like not sitcom related grief trauma. Not the end of the world 1,700,000 million times.
I cannot.
Not institutional racism. Not there's anything wrong with any of those things. Like they're very different shows. They've all been very different shows.
Yes,
And this is
I
like
don't-
street thugs.
yeah. Oh man, they
got some
really
hate for
doubled
that.
down.
You got some hate for that Diet MCU content tweet.
I was right.
You were
This is
right.
Diet MCU.
It is Diet MCU.
This is 0 calories, some of the flavor, but it's Diet MCU. Like, listen, it's like Diet Dr. Pepper, the best Diet MCU because it's got Haley Steinfeld in it.
I think
But
this
it's
has
still-
this has the flavor more than Falcon and the Winter Soldier had the flavor. Honestly.
Disagreed.
No, I think this has the flavor. This is real like Iron Man 3 vibes.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier plays out exactly like Captain America: The Winter Soldier, the movie.
Okay, and that didn't have MCU vibes.
So people say. I feel like it did. Plays out just like Civil War. Which
You're
had,
ru- yeah, I mean, but it doesn't though.
Sure it did. It's got like the super soldier serum.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. And
I'm Johnny Walker.
just John,
I'm a racist.
what'd you think about this? You're not saying
I-
anything. You're just making
I
noises.
I did like it. I really did. And when I think about this show compared to the others, I don't want to, but I also feel like I should be able to go into like theory mode about like, oh, what do I think is going to happen tomorrow on Hawkeye? And this one, more than the others, seems to be just like a page for page adaptation of the Kate Bishop comic. And I only say that because I follow Haley Steinfeld on Instagram, and she was like, look at these frames we took directly from the comics.
I don't know anything about Kate Bishop.
Me neither. But so, like, I don't know. In my mind, this is extremely low stakes. I have no idea what I would even theorize. I know that when he said that's the sweatsuit mafia, I was like, ha, funny joke.
Tracksuit
And
Mafia.
then-
Sir?
Tracksuit Mafia.
The Tracksuit Mafia.
I was like, ha, that's a hilarious joke. And then they kept saying it, and like those guys were calling themselves tracksuits, and I was like, oh, I hate everything about this joke. This has gone on way too long.
I disagree.
Really?
Yeah, they're just thugs, man. They're just New York street thugs.
Do you think
This is the kind of stuff Spider-Man should be involved with.
right? So that's where I get in to my theory brain. This is where Daredevil makes an appearance.
Daredevil is decanonized.
Then they bring him back.
I don't think they're going to do
Charlie
that.
Cox. Are you freaking kidding me? Yes, they are.
I don't think
He's
they would have
not
decanonized it if they
He's-
weren't going to
he's
if they were
not
going to bring him
decanonized.
back.
No. With Spider-Man coming out, if Willem Dafoe is canon, Charlie Cox is canon.
Okay, but
He may not be canon to Earth 616, but all you got to do is halfway through the show be like, oh, by the way, the universe broke open because the new Spider-Man movie came out. and
Daredevil
there's
isn't a
Charlie
lawsuit
Cox.
property. Like,
What?
they're not trying to win Daredevil back.
What? What are you talking about?
Nobody's out there being like, oh man, boy, I sure do wish Daredevil was still a Marvel thing.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
This is like like I would say most often when I hear people talking about Spider-Man, they're talking about obviously Toby and Andrew, and then they're like also Peter's going to need an attorney to deal with this defamation thing, and then he's going to get Charlie Cox playing Daredevil to represent him in court because he's poor. I guarantee, like, the fact that you're not aware of this is mind-blowing to me. I see these theories everywhere.
I haven't seen a single one of these. Why would I? I don't look up theories.
I don't look them up either, but I just opened TikTok and Jay Stoobs is looking at me with her eyebrows.
Oh, I'm not on Marvel TikTok in any way.
No
anymore.
disrespect to Jay Stoobs. I love you, Jay Stoobs, but she's like, hey, Charlie Cox is going to be in, she talks out of the side of her mouth. Charlie Cox is going to be in Spider-Man No Way Home.
Well, everybody in the entire world is going to be in Spider-Man No Way Home. Haven't you heard? I'm in it. You're in it. We're all in
actually,
it.
believe it or not, we are. The Daily Bugle has a TikTok account that is canon that you can interact with.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody in the world is in this movie.
It's got Betty Brant, like young, blonde high schooler Betty Brant, and J. Jonah Jameson are running the account.
They're really trying their absolute best to make me not want to see this movie.
I don't know if you're going to get a chance to because tickets are sold out.
Well, that sucks.
I like, honestly, at no point during the Spider-Man hype train have I been like, I've got to see it.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see it. I'm not dying.
I wish I was. I wish I was excited about it as everybody else.
I mean, I'm excited about it, but like, I'm not. I think my days of being like, oh man, I got to go to the midnight premiere or I'm going to lose my mind are over.
What would you go to the midnight premiere for? What movie could come out right now that you would be like, I've got to go to a midnight premiere?
Well, I mean, there's flat out, there's no movie that's going to come out that is going to, in the age of, I just like pay a monthly fee to Regal and I get to use my movie tickets whenever I want. There's no world in which I could be like, oh, I'm going to pre-buy my movie tickets.
So if they came out right now and were like, Rian Johnson's Star Wars Episode 10.
Yeah, I mean, it just wouldn't occur to me to try to buy tickets ahead of time.
Interesting.
Like, I saw all the things that were like, oh, Spider-Man tickets are sold out. And I was like, oh, shucks. I didn't think
God,
that
I'll
was a
have to-
thing.
have
It
to
didn't
wait
occur
a
to me that
couple
that could
days.
happen, right? Like,
I did forget that tickets could sell out. Yeah.
yeah, that was the thing is like, and at that point I was just like, oh, I guess I don't care.
I took my
Like, I'll
niece
see
to
it.
see, I took my niece to see Encanto this weekend, which I'm very excited for you and me to review. Very excited. for
Okay,
you
this
to
is the
see.
second time you brought up Encanto in a thing where we're talking about a whole different property.
No, it's about Sold Out.
Okay.
And when it was over, she's young enough that she was like, "Oh my god, I loved it so much. I'm gonna download it on Disney Plus." And I was like, "You can't do that." And she was like, "What do you mean? Surely I can just, I'll ask my mom to pay for the premium access and I'll just watch it."
Wow.
And I was like, "No, it's not.
The ignorance of today's youth.
It's not available. Like, you have to wait. If you want to see it again, you have to go to the movie theater." And she was like, "No, I'll check Disney Plus." And I was right. And she was like, "This is stupid." I was like, "I don't know how to explain this to you. This is how movies work."
Yeah. That's
I
a real
like-
that's a real Disney adult attitude to have, and I don't like it.
What
It doesn't
is?
taste good to me.
What is?
Her is just assuming it's going to be on Disney Plus.
She's 8.
I don't care. Like, nobody should assume that. This is a Disney people thing. Y'all need to check your privilege at the door and then throw it away.
No, she's allowed to not understand how movies work. It's been 2 years. She was 6 when this whole thing started.
Okay, and?
I feel like you're being a little harsh to the 6-year-old.
No, because there are real life adults that feel the same way about this.
I mean, I would love it if Encanto was, if it was available for premium access, I would get it.
Sheep. You sheep.
I'm not a sheep.
You are a sheep.
You are the sheep.
No, I'm not. You already paid money to see it.
Yeah. I'd pay money to see it again.
At the movie theater.
I will probably pay money to see it again at the movie theater.
Yeah. At the movie theater.
Clint Barton, Hawkeye. I also keep calling the show Hawkeye in my mind.
Hawkeye, yeah. I have a friend on Twitter who goes by, like, his Twitter name is Hawkeye.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, Clint has really never been my favorite Avenger, but he's also not, like, my least favorite Avenger. Like, I didn't like Bucky Barnes, right? But, like, I just don't care about Clint Barton. Mm-hmm. Like,
Where are you at with this series then?
I very much enjoyed the first 2 episodes. I thought they were fantastic. They were so low stakes and Christmassy that it was exactly what I needed today. It was fun.
Did you like the part where he catches a Molotov cocktail and throws it back?
I did. There was the weird scene with the bell tower. Kate's friends are really, really, really bad actors. And I was like, oh my God, is the whole series going to be like this? And it wasn't. But they were like, Kate, you better not blow up the bell tower. You're going to get us in trouble. And I was like, holy hell.
I didn't like how little trouble she got in for that.
Well, I mean, she's rich.
I guess. Like,
I mean, she comes
I mean,
home
I
and her
know
mom
she-
is like, listen, I'm going to make this go away, but I'm not happy about it. You have to learn at some point that you're not invincible because you're rich.
I thought that was a great line.
Yeah, when they just straight up were like, you know, rich people think they're invincible and young people think they're invincible and you've always been both.
I was like, oh man, that's a dinger.
That was a dinger. That was a zinger right there.
You got her good. A
Yeah.
little bit of exposition in that as well for us to be like, oh, so there was no downtime. They always had money.
They always
This
had
isn't-
money, yeah.
She didn't have to make her own wealth after the husband died. They stayed rich.
No, she made her own wealth after the husband died.
But she never was at a point of like not rich. That's like the like, oh, Jeff Bezos started Amazon in his garage. It's like, no, he moved to Seattle and paid for a lawyer. That's things poor people can't do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for sure. But they were going to lose the house because the husband was a deadbeat.
Was he?
I mean, that was the first scene.
It's been 3 days in
So here's my thing. My interpretation of this is that Ma Bishop preyed on the citizens of New York after the Battle of New York.
she's the bad guy.
Yeah, she's a bad guy for sure.
Yeah.
But she might be a MCU level bad guy, but she's like a real bad guy
Yeah.
because she owns a security company, right?
Yeah.
And she made all her money after the Battle of New York.
So you think she
That
went to the people
sucks.
in New
To me,
York-
that sucks.
she thinks she went to the people in New York and was like, man, wouldn't it suck if aliens came again?
Yeah.
Give me all your money.
Yeah, exactly. And clearly, since she can just triangulate the phone call, since Kate Bishop, the owner's daughter, can triangulate the phone call using company security from her phone in the back of a cab. A phone call that's not actively going on, she can triangulate. Yeah.
It might
Ma
be a little
Bishop's
bit
a
of-
bad guy. For sure.
What does Seamus call that? A plot? He doesn't say like plot device. He says plot convenience, I think is what he calls
Plot
it.
convenience, yeah. I don't
That's
think
what-
it is a plot convenience though. I think it's a clue.
Oh. So the black market auction,
No shot that Ma Bishop didn't know about the black market auction.
Well, yeah, she sent.
Because she was on the phone and she's just like, oh no, Kate, I'm sorry, there were explosions in a black market auction. How dare we? Shucks. Glad you're cool,
Shuck
though.
darns.
See you later.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye. Lilas.
I will say it was a real crime that they burned Kate Bishop's apartment. That was a cool
That was
pad.
cool. That was a cool pad for a 22-year-old to have
Rich 22
in New York.
It's like a joke that that she had to have an apartment that crappy.
Yeah.
That is also was the kind of apartment that they would have on like a How I Met Your Mother TV show, where they're like, "Yeah, I'm a part-time substitute teacher. This is my New York City apartment."
Exactly.
It's like,
Well, so we're following a pattern here with the MCU shows where the first one was like, this is going to be a total retro mind bender. And the second one is going to be like, this takes place in present day and deals with like income inequality. And then the third one was like, this is going to be a total retro mind bender. And the fourth one's like, this is going to be present day and deals with income inequality from the other side.
yeah, there was a Straw Hat Goofy pointed out. I thought this was interesting that like Clint Barton doesn't have to pay for his Chinese food,
Yeah.
but Falcon can't get a loan.
Sam can't get a loan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Hawkeye, and I think we're going to deal with this, is Hawkeye was an original 6 Avenger.
Correct.
I mean, there's definitely
and Falcon
a
was
racial motivation as well from the Falcon side. But yeah, Hawkeye is that his crux is going to be his fame. Clearly, he doesn't want it. That's why we see him in Rogers the Musical, where he is uncomfortable with the depiction of himself.
Yeah. Do you think any of them would have been comfortable with the depiction of themselves?
No,
You don't think Tony would have?
no.
I think like Iron Man 2, Tony would have. But yeah, he gets the PTSD from that day.
That
right?
day,
Like
yeah.
He commits
From the Battle of
genocide
New York,
against
yeah.
the Chitauri. Yeah. Like single-handedly kills an army.
Yeah. So no, I don't think Iron Man 3 Tony or post that Tony would be stoked.
I can do this all day.
God, that song sucked.
You didn't like it?
No.
A lot of people didn't like it.
I mean, it's clearly
like,
they're trying to be like, oh, this is a bad musical.
yeah. This is Spider-Man Into the Dark.
Turn off the dark.
Turn off the dark.
Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark.
Have you seen it?
No one's seen it.
It's been on the way.
Yeah, for like a year.
Yeah, so like a year's worth of people saw it.
That's not that many.
I guess so. I'm gonna do a high school production of it. I'm gonna get.
You're
back
not.
into
It's
my
people
local-
die. People died.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man like died on stage?
I believe so, yeah. Or is like
No way.
permanently paralyzed.
Daniel Radcliffe is Spider-Man.
No, I mean, at this point, if they were going to make that into a movie, they would just use Andrew Garfield,
The singing, dancing,
who just
tick,
learned
tick,
to sing.
booming.
Yeah.
I think he already knew how to sing.
He did not.
No?
No, this is what I've been doing, I guess, while you're listening to Jay Stubes talk about Charlie Cox, is learning that Andrew Garfield couldn't sing.
Oh, I thought it was like I could have swore I read an article that was like, yeah, on the first day when he showed up, Lin-Manuel was like, "You can sing? What the hell, man?"
No, he learned to sing for the role.
Hey, can Lin-Manuel learn to sing for a role for once?
Apparently not. Yeah, so they have the same massage therapist. And Lynn was like, hey, you know Andrew Garfield, right? He can sing, right? And the massage therapist was like, yeah, totally, obviously. And then like called Andrew Garfield and was like, hey, I told Lin-Manuel Miranda that you can sing. And Andrew Garfield was like, oh, I guess I should learn to sing then.
I always forget.
That he's British?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he does the Social Network.
He does The Social Network, yeah.
Yeah, where he's like, where Justin Timberlake's like, check the masthead. Your name's not on it. And he's like, not me, not Hermione.
Yo.
Yo. He's plugged in. He can't hear you. Then he grabs him.
What a great scene.
You plugged in now?
What a great scene.
My name's on the masthead.
Anyway, Andrew Garfield, not in this. Spider-Man, not in this.
Not maybe.
Not in this.
Maybe. So far, not in this.
So far, not in this.
I
Yelena
swear to
Belova,
God.
not in this.
So far.
So far, not in this.
She is on IMDb like the top billed cast.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought that was just a rumor.
I mean, it could. I don't know how IMDb works, but yeah, on IMDb, she's like in the top 4.
Weird.
Or was the other day.
Hawk.
Which does make Hawkeye a clear 100%er because I do want to reiterate, Haley Steinfeld and Florence Pugh are in this.
If Florence Pugh's actually in it. Yeah. Okay. 4 episodes. Look at that.
So she should be introduced this week. I just breathed into the microphone and listener, if you heard it, I'm uncomfortable for you.
Yeah, if she's in 4 episodes, she is apparently in episode 3. So.
Have you watched not Scarlet Witch, have you watched Black Widow yet since it came out?
I mean, I saw it for the show.
No, I know, but have you seen it like on Disney Plus?
No.
Me neither. But I thought maybe you were going to be like, yeah, I revisited. Fantastic.
Nope. I have not revisited any of them.
I keep, when I was up for Thanksgiving, this would happen where we're in this rhythm in my life where when we're on vacation, Finn is not really sleeping well outside of his crib. He's not really sleeping well in his crib. But like when he's outside of his crib, he's really not sleeping well.
Poor fella.
And I know he's got it rough being a baby. And so at like 3, he'll wake up and Emily will take him and like feed him or try to put him to sleep, but he really won't go to bed. And then at 6, she has to feed him. And then she'll wake me up and say, hey, Finn's still not asleep. Can you take him?
Yeah.
And so what's happening is at like 6:15, I will be up and nobody else will, which is when I watched Hawkeye.
Yeah.
But that, we were gone for like 4 days. Hawkeye took 1 day. So every morning I was like, you know what? I should watch Shang-Chi right now. That movie's so good. I liked it a lot. I don't really have to, I'm not like, I don't have to watch a new thing.
Right.
You know what I didn't do any of those mornings?
Watch Shang-Chi.
Watch Shang-Chi, which I'm really upset about.
So I like this show better than Eternals, but not as much as Shang-Chi.
I don't like this better than Eternals.
That's so wild.
I really liked Eternals.
Eternals was so mid.
Wait, stop saying mid.
Why?
Because that's mid, okay? You're not that guy.
Okay.
Back off, pal. You're not that guy.
Okay, bud. Sure thing.
What do you mean mid?
I mean, it's mid tier. It's okay. It's fine at best.
I really liked it.
I just don't know what you like that much about it. I really don't.
I liked the character. I liked the way they interacted with each other.
I can barely remember anything about it.
Same, but I can barely remember anything about anything.
I can remember more about Dune.
I can remember nothing.
I can remember more about Dune. At least Dune had cool bagpipes.
Nope, forgot that.
Yeah, Dune had really cool bagpipes.
I know. I think I
Dune
can
had
remember
Oscar
every
Isaac in
moment.
it. Oscar Isaac, as long as we're talking about guys that have like a streak of gray in their hair, Oscar Isaac is way cooler than Richard Madden.
100% agreed. Yeah.
Yeah, way cooler than Richard Madden. Yeah, this is no Black Widow. This is no Shang-Chi, but I think that's okay. Like I like this. I like where this sits. Right.
Yeah.
Like this gets like a 6 out of 6 for execution. Right. Like degree of difficulty not very high, but nailing the marks, right?
Yes.
Like, it's not going for a quadruple axel, but it also doesn't fall.
if Tanya Harding was in this show, would it be better?
No, she is not an actor.
She is not an actor.
If Margot Robbie was in this show doing literally anything, it would be better.
It would be... that would be the trifecta, I think.
If you got Florence Pugh, Haley Steinfeld, and Margot Robbie, I'll
All
tell you,
in the
man,
same
I know
project.
that you think Haley Steinfeld is the bee's knees, the bumblebee's knees, but like she would be so outclassed in that conversation.
No, I don't think so. They all have a Oscar nom, right?
I guess.
Was Margot Robbie? Yeah, she got it for the Fox movie, Bombshell, right?
I have no idea what Margot Robbie's Oscar credits look like off the top of my head.
Best Supporting Actress and Best Actress. She won?
For what?
No, nominated for Best Actress for Tanya, obviously. Supporting Actress for Bombshell, obviously. Did Haley win? She didn't win, right? She was nominated for True Grit.
Yeah, but she was also a tiny child in a Coen Brothers movie.
Yes, in 2011.
Yeah, like... She hasn't exactly been doing high cinema since then.
She's Emily Dickinson.
In what?
Dickinson.
What is that?
It's an Apple TV Plus show.
Is it out?
Yeah, it's like they finished 3 seasons.
Oh, never heard of it.
Edge of 17. She's a voice. She was in freaking Into the Spider-Verse. What else? Between Two Ferns, the movie.
Okay, look, there's no I, Tonya in there. There's no Midsummer in there.
No, it's coming though.
Maybe. There's a lot of extremely talented young females out there right now.
I know. What is 10,000 Saints? That's got to be when she was particularly young.
We will see we'll see how she stacks up against old Flo. Tell you
Do
that
you
much.
know who was in 10,000 Saints?
I don't know anything about 10,000 Saints.
Its top billed cast includes Haley Steinfeld, Asa Butterfield, and none other than Ethan Hawke.
Oh, that guy, my mortal enemy.
Yep. 5.9 out of 10 on IMDb. Probably not fantastic.
Probably not that great.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part? I've forgotten how to do these things completely. It's been so long since we did TV show coverage. What was your favorite part about these? And I hate that we're doing 2 episodes.
I really like Kate Bishop. I like her character. I like that she's
Yeah.
excited about the Avengers. I like that she's like super disappointed with everything Hawkeye.
Yeah. And I like Grumpy Dad Clint a lot.
Yeah.
It's just like, I can't believe I have to walk around New York City picking up after this child. Like, do you need my keys? No. Obviously not. I'm a master assassin. Why would I need your keys?
Why would I need? Yeah. Come on.
God, just stay here. You and your one-eyed dog.
So good.
Yeah. He does the role great. I've never had an issue with Jeremy Renner playing this role. Like, I've always enjoyed his performance.
This is the most surprising thing you've said today. I would be under the distinct impression that you hate Jeremy Renner.
No.
Do you listen to Jeremy Renner music?
No. I didn't know there was Jeremy Renner music.
Yeah, he like wrote songs for Jeep commercials.
Oh. Yikes.
It's not good.
I haven't seen a whole lot of things Jeremy Renner's been in. I from what I understand, he's like a pretty stand-up guy. I don't think he does stand-up, but that would be wild. But like, I just don't particularly care for Clint Barton in general. Like, I don't really know why he has continued to be such a huge part of the MCU.
That's kind of my thing as well. Is like this show needs to give him reason to like this. Like you have overstayed your welcome, and this show is your chance to
Like,
earn it.
And that's the thing is, like, I get where they're coming from with the show because, like, there are so many people, like, Hawkeye is my favorite Avenger. And if you haven't read the comics, like, I don't think that gets to be true until now.
I still don't. I mean, 2 episodes in, I don't think it gets to be true.
No, I mean, like, but that's the point of the show, right? Is it's supposed to sell you on Hawkeye.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And I don't think it will. Like, so far, I'm not sold on Hawkeye.
I'm more sold on. I really enjoyed this. I think this is a very charming show. I'm more sold on Hawkeye. I'm less sold on Hawkeye. Hold on. How do I phrase this? Episode one of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier did more for Bucky Barnes for me than this did for Hawkeye. But it still definitely moved the needle.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
So like if maybe I went in the first episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier from like 0 to 50 on Bucky Barnes. But in these 2 episodes, I went from like maybe 40 to 60 on Clint Barton.
I feel that. Do you think Jeremy Renner and Haley Steinfeld have talked about the 2011 Oscars when they were both nominated for actor or actress in a supporting role?
I have no idea. What was Jeremy Renner nominated for?
He's 2 nominations, both for one for leading in The Hurt Locker and one for supporting role in the Town.
I could not have told you that Jeremy Renner was in either of those movies.
Me neither.
I have seen both of those movies.
A lead actor in The Hurt Locker.
Well, The Hurt Locker is a war movie.
I will say, I would say same thing. That like I mean I liked Bucky Barnes more than you did, but this definitely raised my stock a little bit on Clint Barton. I will say that like Kevin Feige has just insisted to the audience, like has never sold me on the relationship between Clint and Nat.
Yeah.
And the friendship. It's just been like, oh, by the way, they're best friends. And like anytime they're on screen away from each other, they're like, oh, that's my best friend, Clint / or Nat, depending upon which one I am.
What I really need is like a Marvel TV show called like The Hawk and the Spider.
Yeah.
Where we learn about Budapest.
Yeah. Well, we're never going to get that because one, Scarlett Johansson ain't never coming back.
Yeah.
And 2, I just don't think like I've never liked that they insisted on this. And when they brought it up in the first episode of this, when they were like, I know you miss Nat, I was like, shut up. You can't even get her back. She's not coming back to the series. So just shut up. Let's talk about something else for once.
Well, and they talked about it at the very beginning and then didn't mention it again. So
Jeremy Renner is married to Leah Cardellini in this show. Can we do something with that?
Linda Cardinelli.
That's what I said.
You said Leah Cardellini.
I want to be clear with you. This show has Haley Steinfeld.
It has everybody in the world in it.
Everybody that I like.
Although, honestly, I didn't recognize her at first, and I thought it was Sarah Silverman. Like, when she started talking, I thought it was Sarah Silverman. And I was like, that's a bold choice.
No, I didn't think it was Sarah Silverman, but I will say, when I was watching it, I had no recollection whatsoever as to who Linda Cardellini was. And then I was looking at the credits for the show, and I was like, she was in that? And
yeah, she's Laura Bishop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not Laura Bishop, Laura Barton.
She's been in a bunch of stuff.
So yeah, we got these two Katniss Everdeens going to battle against the Tracksuit Mafia.
And I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really like a story going on yet, particularly. There's a lot of setup in the first 2 episodes.
And there'll be a new character introduced.
I can see why they put them together.
Yeah. Well, I think in that first episode, I'm almost certain that they brought it to Kevin Feige and they were like, huh? What do you think of that cliffhanger, man? It's really going to hook people. And he was like, that sucked.
Yeah. But they're episode 1 and 2 are by the same director, and the next episode is not.
Ooh.
So that makes me think that they were like always going to be a 1 and 2.
I think with this cast, truthfully, I believe James Gunn would have been a worthwhile director choice. For just one episode.
Well, maybe he will be.
Oh, is that not revealed?
Oh, I have no idea. I didn't look.
You had stuff pulled up, but that's all I got to talk about on Hawkeye. Do you have any final thoughts?
I do not. We'll be back next Monday with more Hawkeye. Except we won't be back next Monday because I can't record next Monday or Sunday. So we'll be back at some point.
We record on Wednesday or Thursday or Friday.
That's true. We can't record Friday.
Okay, you're right. I cannot do that either. I also can't play D&D this week. This doesn't affect the listener, but it does affect you. But it's because we'll be together.
It's because, well, we won't be together Sunday night.
You're right. Maybe I can play D&D.
I can't.
What are you doing?
I'll be in Richmond.
Getting ready for the Cianal Club?
No, there's a show the night before that I'm going to.
We'll have fun.
Anyway, so the next episode will be out at some point. Maybe.
But on Thursday of this week, we are reviewing Encanto. So if you haven't seen it yet, you can join the Facebook group and leave a review. Blah, blah, blah. Go see it.
It's a new Disney movie about a girl whose house is sad.
Casita. Yeah.
I don't have any idea what it's about. I just know that her house gets sad.
I hope you like it.
I'm sure I will. I'm going to go see it after work tomorrow.
Fun.
Anyway, that's all I got today. This has been Bacon and Eggs, a production of WB&E Podcast Network. Our music is by Sam C. Jones, and our graphics are by Vaishon Brandon. And that's been Tyler Carlin. I've been Ethan Chill. Until next time, arrivederci.
Bye.